guys, Jake Andrews here with Blues Rock Guitar Lessons. What's the deal? So, I hope you enjoyed that. That is a song from one of my favorite groups of all time. Group from Austin, Texas, the Archangels. They were kind of short-lived, but legendary around here. The Archangels was formed right after Stevie Ray Vaughan died. Rhythm section, Double Trouble, formed the group with two of the young kind of hot shots here in the Austin area. Doyle Bramhall II and Charlie Sexton. Both of them amazing artists, guitarists, singers, songwriters, and that group was amazing. They were around for just a few years in the early 90s, and they've done some reunion shows since then, but pretty much they live on with their recorded music. So check out that first record. If you've never heard of the Archangels, check out their first record. First and really only record. So this is a song called Carry Me On. I love this song. Doyle plays and sings this one. And I hope you're familiar with his music, Doyle Bramhall II. Of course, his father, Doyle Bramhall Sr., was a longtime music collaborator and songwriting partner with Stevie Ray Vaughan. Grew up in Dallas with Stevie Ray and Jimmy, so they have that long history together. He co-wrote a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan's hits. And Doyle too sang this song. If you're not familiar with him, he plays left-handed, but he plays upside down, completely upside down. He just takes this guitar and he flips it over. So it's a trip watching him play because everything he's doing is upside down. So I've done my best to interpret how he's actually doing it into a more standard way of playing the song. And this is a really cool song. It's got some really cool parts, and it's just a fun song to play. So look up the original Archangels called Carry Me On, and you're going to enjoy it. So let's get into it and start having some fun. Okay, first thing, I want you to come down here to a regular open E chord. That's where we start. However, he comes in with this, we get the low E string, just the bass note, and go. So just slide it down and then pick it open. That's our first move. So hit that open E string by itself and then strum the full chord. Now I kind of get a slight up strum like this. Down, up, okay? Now we're gonna immediately, I'm gonna have you switch to your ring finger here on the A string, 2nd fret, and we're gonna slide it a full step up. Bring your first finger down on the D string at the 2nd fret. So. And then do the same thing on the D string here to the G string here. So it's a little major pentatonic run right there. And that's the main part, like this. That's the full intro, doing it 4 times in a row like that, okay? Now, when the verse comes in with the vocal, and he does it 2 more times, okay? So you don't really stop. You end up doing that whole riff 6 times in a row at the beginning, okay? So 4 times as the intro, and 2 more times when the vocal starts, okay? Now, after I do it 2 more times when the vocal comes in, I'm going to immediately drop to kind of a power open D chord. We don't need our ring finger, our middle finger. We just have our first finger and ring finger here, and I'm really just strumming the D string, the G, and the B, these 3. I'm going to strum it twice like this. Okay? And then I'm going to switch to an A chord like this, and really just strum these 3 strings, the A, D, and G. and do that twice. So it's like, and then you're back to the riff twice. Actually just once, and then you start that little section again. So put this together, it sounds like. Now repeat that whole thing again. Okay, so that's really the first verse. All right, moving along nicely here, guys. So right there, we drop into this little pre-chorus part. And we're going to put our ring finger on the D string, 4th fret. Put your first finger on the G string, 2nd fret. And keep these real upright because we need the E string and the B string to ring out real clearly. At least the B string, okay. Now what this is kind of a variation on a F sharp minor. So this is the picking pattern, guys. Pay attention to this. We go down. So it's kind of like 2.5 times, okay? Once again, if I do it here. Just in a row like that, and make sure everything's ringing out real nicely. Now immediately switch back here, our middle finger on the D string, 2nd fret, and our ring finger on the G string. Same picking pattern. That's a variation off of A. Now leave your ring finger in place and lift your middle finger, put your first finger on the D string at the 1st fret. This is a variation off of B, 7, and do the same picking pattern. Okay, then you're back to the A, and then repeat all of this. A, and then to the B. Let me put it together and you'll see how it sounds at full length. Okay, 2, 3, 4. That's where we cut it off. So if you notice, this note here on the G string, that and the open B string are not changing. The only note that's changing is our kind of low bass line note is going. Okay? So at the end of that, we're going to jump to a B minor. Now you could do B minor right here, or a B minor 7. That would work as well. I like doing it right up here in our first box, and I play it. This is a partial, here's the full minor bar chord right up here. And once again, that would work as well, but I like doing it this kind of partial way right here. Ring finger on the D string at the 9th fret, and then my first finger is barring across the last 3 strings. So it's a little trickier. You have to keep this real arched up and this flat. All right, try this. If you can't get it, then you can try either the full bar chord here or the minor 7th bar chord right there. Okay, so we're basically just going to strum this, kind of a syncopated rhythm, but 4 times like this. You notice I kind of cut it off in between each strum to make it a little choppier. Okay? Now immediately switch to a D bar chord right here. Okay. Flatten this across these last three. Just strum these 4 strings. Same thing. Now we go to A. Once again, you could do the full A bar chord. I choose to use this F shape, okay? Where I'm flattening here. Same strumming. And then we want to go to an E bar chord here. Now, you could strum it 4 times like the other ones. What I like to do is this kind of chord riff that he does on here. So he strums it twice and then switch to this lick. You might have seen this before, I'm sure you've heard it before. Is an extension off of that E chord. Your first finger is going to cover these 3 strings, the D, G, and B. And you're going to hammer down your middle finger on the 2nd string and your 3rd finger on the 4th string. Hammer and strum, and then do it again. So that part sounds like. Actually, to get it that fast, I do down, up, strumming. Okay? So. Okay? Then we repeat it. Let me play what we have so far. Here we go. The first time around, instead of coming back to this E, it's going to go straight back to the open E. So it's going to go. And then start another full round. Again. It goes into this alternate open E riff, this real minor pentatonic part. So after the A, instead of going back to E here, he's going to come up and play this riff. Okay, it looks like this. We're actually in this 3rd minor pentatonic box. So start up here, first finger on the low E string, 5th fret. Hammer it to your ring finger and double up the picking. So you can do down up alternating picking. Come down here. go back here, we're going to walk it back. Back here. Open. And then on your ring finger, A string, you're going to slide up a full step. Here's the full riff. And repeat it 3 more times. All right, now you're right into the solo. The solo is played over these same kind of chorus chords. 2 times around. Now the solo is really cool because Doyle's just playing this kind of this Hendrix bend, okay? So it looks like this. I'm just bending, it's actually the same notes when I bend them up. I'm here in this B position. First finger's on the B string, it doesn't move. Ring finger and these fingers are on the G string, we're bending up a step. And we want to strum them at the same time so we get the same note. Hendrix does this a lot, especially on manic depression. So the solo, he does this. Now we're going to come up here and do it in this position here over D. Let it ring out, and then do it again over the A chord. And then back up a half a step and play it over the E chord. And then just repeat that whole thing. It sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the whole solo. Then we're right back into straight to the chorus. This time we're going to do it twice as long. So follow me. Right after that A chord, we're going to go back to that same big open riff over the open E strings, and we're going to take out the rest of the song over that. So we go. Goes out over that, it fades out, and there's a lot of lead played over that, okay? So there you go. Let me play the whole thing for you here. Here we go. enjoyed playing that, and we might get into some more Archangel songs here in the future. Like I said, if you're not familiar with their music, get into that record. You're gonna love it. Great Austin, Texas blues rock, great music. And of course, Charlie Sexton and Doyle Bramhall II, their solo music is amazing as well. So check both those guys out. And if you would, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and come see me over at bluesrockguitarlessons.com. I break down all kind of blues and rock songs in really in-depth detail, break them down verse by verse, and got a lot of great material over there. So I would love to work with you guys. Thanks for watching.